And if you read the restricted laws of Islam by School Farrakhan, he broke that down. That was the reason why he did what he did. It was not an evil reason, but it was a reason to show us something that was inside of us. The Holy Quran in Surah 87, the Most High, they talk about those who are purified. There's a purification that goes along. If Allah is to make a weapon, a strong weapon, he uses iron and he burns the iron. He puts the iron in the fire. You beat on the iron. You get rid of all the flag and all the impurities. You beat on it. You stick it in the water. Then you heat it back up and you beat on it and you beat on it. When you're making a weapon. But in order to make this weapon, in order to bring this weapon into existence, you're doing a lot of damage to it to make it strong. You're putting it in fire, you're tempering it, then you grind on it, and then it comes out a beautiful short weapon, a weapon that can be used to defend. So as the Quran talk about those who are purified, we have to go through certain purifications. And that's what's going on. It wasn't that he was doing an evil job. He was doing a job for purifying. I heard Jibril Muhammad say one time, it's not what Allah does to you, it's what he's doing for you. But most people won't see that. So Allah wasn't doing nothing to us. He was doing that for us by allowing him to do, by allowing his being to come into existence and doing the job that he was doing. It wasn't that Yaqub was doing something evil. He was actually doing something great for us.
So, I'm not going to address that. I'm just going to go somewhere else, but on the same subject. So
let me say this. Let me say this before you move on.
No, I'm stay right there, but go ahead.
Okay, let me say this for a lot of people they don't understand. We never really look at this. What would it be like to live with someone who never made a mistake? What would it be like for someone who never made a mistake? That person would be the most arrogant, obnoxious person that you could ever imagine. If he never made a mistake, he would look down on everything and everybody around him. Nothing would ever be good enough for him because he's so perfect and he never made a mistake. Well, at one point in time in our history, that's what happened to us. And we became so arrogant, we became so obnoxious to where the scientists seen that this was happening and they read down through the annals of time. And they had to bring about something that would show us that arrogance and that pride and it's that sinful thing that exists inside of us. So I don't think that it was something. It was evil. I do believe that it was evil, but I believe that it was evil necessary. It had to happen in order for us to move on in a righteous way. We had to see that thing that was hindering us.
So, you ever watch I, Robot with Will Smith?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, let's say if somebody had a bunch of those robots and they felt like the Afghanistan, right? Were not had this arrogance and everything you just said, and they programmed those robots and to attack, and they dropped them off, right? And those robots pretty much created the same havoc as Yaqub, Ready Made Devil. Now, the owner of that robot wouldn't be separated from the evil of the robots.
Okay.
Right? Or you say no?
Say what? Say it again.
But do you agree with that? If somebody had a problem with a whole different nation for whatever reason, that they thought they were imperfect and they needed to be humbled, and they programmed a whole bunch of iRobots, and they dropped them off and let them loose in, let's say, Afghanistan or the Taliban.
Okay.
And those robots ripped everybody apart. Like, it's pretty much the same havoc the white man calls in the story, right? In the Yakub story. And now they did what they did. People will look at the robots a certain way, of course, but they will probably most likely also associate the owner no different than the robots. Like, they'll consider them both evil, even though he ain't do it and he has his own reason for doing it. They wouldn't put a difference in the evil.
I see what you're saying, but we have to look at the people that are seeing that, and that's one of the greatest things with society in general.
Things, right? So again, I'm being very upfront and honest. Spent $100,000. I got some shit, right? Keep in mind, usually I get a car, which by the way I am about to get a car, but it's fine. But it's a daily driver, so y'all never see it. The car I drive every day, you never see. If I show you a Lambo, my Lambo is literally over there. I drove it probably 3 weeks ago. You get what I mean? The point of me even being honest with y'all and tell y'all this is that that I feel like sometimes y'all look at people who y'all think have money and y'all have a very delusional view. I'm here to break all that.
All right. So you about to crush some of y'all rap dreams, rap success, millionaire dreams.
I'm richer than 90% of rappers, and when I tell you something, you should know view. I'm here to break all that. I'm richer than 90% of rappers. I'm here to break all that. I'm richer than 90% of rappers. I'm here to break all that. I'm richer than 90% of rappers, and when I tell you something, you should believe it. Okay? Fuck what they're doing. By the way, the majority of niggas, this is another thing I realize. Let me tell you about money. Drew, you can clip this. I'll tell you about money. Because I'm richer than 90% of rappers. Facts. None of them own their cars. I have the titles to every one of my cars.
You said none of them own their car. Rappers be camping, bro.
I realized I was losing by buying the cars outright. I bought a Urus for $300,000. No, was it three? Well, there was tax with it. Everybody is doing leased deals. Oh, I'm an influencer. I'll give you $20,000 and like a couple tweets and posts, and then I'll pay $2,000 a month for the next like year, and then I'll go get another car. Nigga, I spent fucking $330,000, and my insurance is wild. It's important for y'all to know this because it's really maybe not for y'all, but there's somebody who was me, who used to be believing all this bullshit. It's not what it is.
He's saying believing all the rappers glitz and glamorous, lifestyles. He's saying that's all cap. The large majority of all of them. He said 90%.
Jewelry. I'm telling you this about jewelry. I've been watching all these rappers cashing out this and third. Me stupidly, well, not stupidly because I just did it like a week ago. I bring this is my gambling money that I got back, which I've lost 10 times more money than I've gambled. So I bring $100,000 to a jeweler, and I get some shit. So I'm like, I've seen the videos at Icebox. Don't everybody buy their jewelry like just cash? You know what they tell me? Fuck no. They just borrow and we do promo. Like, these niggas don't have shit. So they just borrow and we do promo. Like, these niggas don't have shit.
capping, selling the lifestyle to our youth as though this is an alternative, lifestyle. Like you can really be a millionaire and all this money is right here waiting for you in this industry called rap hip hop.
So I'm trying to tell y'all this to break down the mentality of what you see when you think you see a rich nigga. Okay? Like, I have a R8, a Lambo, and a G-Wagon. The G-Wagon's from 2017 or 16. I'll own it forever. These niggas, if you see them switching cars every 20 seconds, bro, they don't own shit, bro. They've been trying to get me on that wave, and I'm like, oh, I thought y'all just like cars. They're like, nigga, no, we just want to have the latest car.
We just want the latest car. We don't own anything. We got the latest car, lease it, rent it, whatever. New one come out, rent that one. And it appears that they're buying and owning all these cars to our youth that's grown up in poverty, who's lusting over this fake, fabricated lifestyle. That's who's the puppeteer? Who's the puppeteer pulling strings, getting these rappers to look like that, portray this fake, phony lifestyle to our youth, decimating our generations to come. Got them all sidetracked with a fake dream. Not even a real one, fake one.
I'm like, oh, okay. So then I see them with the jewelry. I said, all right, yo, nigga, I'm getting the jewelry. They're like, all right, so how you want to pay for it? I'm like, cash. They're like, wait, you're just going to buy it? I'm like, yeah, don't everybody buy it? Nigga, no. Here's the point, man. I only say this because when I start talking about these bitch-ass, broke-ass rappers, y'all know it's big fucking act, and they could never talk to me crazy.
Living a fake lifestyle, man. But those conspiracies, you dig? Those legit conspiracies, those don't appeal to us. It's too real. We need to get the conspiracy that aliens building pyramids on Mars. We find more interest in that.
Have y'all noticed the conversation's been a little bit different? None of these rappers talk to me crazy anymore. Nigga, I son all these niggas. By the way, I wore the Cuban during the DDG interview. DDG got bread. I'm gonna do this to it. Yo, I want y'all to watch me and listen to me. I'm gonna do this as a troll. I'm gonna bring out my most expensive car that I paid for cash, and my most expensive jewelry, all the jewelry shit. And then I'm gonna talk to a nigga who been flexing on y'all, acting like he got money. Then I'm gonna talk real money with him. I'm gonna expose him without exposing him. So I'm gonna act like I'm not exposing him. Like, yo, oh, right, I see you with that car. Like, how'd you get it? Because I know I got mine. I paid for it cash. It was a wire. That's my new thing. I'm sorry.
That's a good thing. Start to expose these phonies. Again, our youth are biting it, hook, line, sinker. They could be doing other things in life, right? Productive things, careers that's more realistic, more promising. And instead they're chasing a dream that is like a star. You see the star now, but that's a shell of what was so many light years ago. You're not looking at the star anymore. Okay, so that's like this rap dream, being a rapper and having all this success. That's fake. That's a shell. That's called a shell corporation in business.
Sorry, man. Yeah, I gotta. Oh, people say, "Where's YouTube?" Yeah, I'm pretty much done playing music. That's my new thing, man. The rap game, and by the way, I realize the rap game, the music game is just all about fraudulence. It's all about fraudulence, man. These niggas are really down bad. That's why
which explains why they be murdering and selling drugs. Because we'd be like, yo, why so-and-so is selling drugs and murdering? They made it. They got all this money. They didn't really make it. They didn't really make it.
Well, you realize I probably have the least amount of beefs now because niggas really know I'm the guy. They're not gonna go back unless they want to get blackballed or something. They're not gonna be like dissing me this and third. I'm richer than all these niggas. Fuck them. And by the way, I'm not saying it's a flex on them. It's because rap is a fucking lie. If you're watching me and you hope to be in this industry, let me give you the biggest advice. Don't be a rapper.
Well, damn. Been saying that for the longest.
If I would do this all again, let me give you the biggest advice. Don't be a rapper. If I would do this all, let me give you the biggest advice. Don't be a rapper. If I would do this all, let me give you the biggest advice. Don't be a rapper. If I would do this all again, I would be a manager. And manage like 10 of these fuck niggas, and I would be a billionaire. These niggas are stupid. They're dumb. The niggas with the chains are broke. The niggas who you see, oh, I'm the first nigga with the car. He put out $20,000. Like, what the fuck? The car costs $500,000. You put out $20,000, and you flexing with it like you fucking bought it. This shit's stupid. It only fools fans. I'm here to give y'all the truth. They don't own shit. If you are smart and you watch me, and you have some type of education, you know business a little bit, look at the hot rappers in your city. Be their manager. Scooter.
That's some good advice there. It's in management. It's not the performer. The guy in the background booking all the performances. You dig? The brains, which makes sense.
Braun owns a fucking block. Manager. Scooter. Look at the hot rappers in your city. Be their manager. Scooter Braun owns a fucking block. You know why? He's smart. Not saying Justin Bieber is dumb. Justin Bieber got money. I ain't gonna lie. Think about it. Think about it like this. Scooter Braun, who came in the game as the manager of Justin Bieber, probably has more money than Justin Bieber. How? Just by being smart. That's it, brother. So if you're watching me, I've always just said this. Stop trying to be the rapper. The rapper is the brokest niggas on earth. And I just be existing these days to son them all. Name one rapper who be sitting in front of me and be talking some shit. Like, nigga, I be acting on camera. I be like, oh, word? No, I am a pocket watcher, so I got to see how much money they got. But I'm like, there's rarely a nigga. Well, I did sit with Birdman. Yo, I sat with Birdman had $1 million chain. 3 of them. Literally. The diamonds was this fucking big, bro. He had $1 million chain, but he had 3 of them. It was $3 million. Birdman's rich. I'm talking about regular fucking rappers, bro. The point what I'm trying to tell y'all is that don't try to be the rapper, bro. Yo, if I have a kid, I would tell him like, yo, the brokest nigga in the music business is a rapper.
That's some good advice.
He just shows off the most.
Right.
That's why I'm telling y'all my little guilty.
The rapper is the logo of the company. It's the living, breathing logo of the company. That's who the rapper is. The living, breathing logo of the company. And not just the logo. The rapper is also, the face. It's like the president of the United States. Yeah, go out there and look like that. Represent us. Or more so like the commissioner of the NBA. That's a better analogy. The rapper is like the commissioner of the NBA. No power. Told what to do and go out there and make us look good and represent us.
Fucking purchase of $100,000. You know why I bought? Y'all want to know the real truth why I bought the $100,000 in jewelry? It's because I was gonna gamble the money away. I gamble a lot of money, nigga. I gambled so much. I was like, yo, I just need to take this cash and spend it. But I don't want $100,000 car, so I just bought some jewelry. That's it. The jewelry is ass. Just remember, I'm telling y'all this. So when y'all look at rappers, don't look at Moneybagg Yo. Look at the nigga he's signed to, Yo Gotti. Don't look at Lil Baby. Look at P. Yeah, it probably still go over your head, but that's the thing.
Oh yeah, listening.
Rappers don't make money. The nigga who signed the rapper made the money. All right. That's my little thing. We're back in the building, people. Welcome. Shoot. I know y'all want me to put on.
Yeah, that's some good advice. That's DJ Academics. New Black World Order said, I first visited Moorish Science Temple of America at around 11 or 12 years old. Yeah. Well, what was your experience like? So I'm gonna show videos of them getting pulled over. Not all of them are bad. Some pullovers are pretty good. Some are bad. I'm guessing because I only watched one, so I'll be doing a live reaction with the other 8. But the only one I watched, I'm saying, judging by the title, some are bad. But the only one I watched, it ended up good for the brother. Oh, the fish fries, dang. Oh yeah, man. Well, you can never go wrong with the food. I told you, man. Well, a New Black World Order. Yeah, I went to a Black Panther memorial celebration for Dr. Khalid Muhammad about 10 years ago, and yeah, man, the food was great. The food was great. It was upstairs in some building. Those buildings in New York, they all look the same. They all look like you're going upstairs to like hell and shit. Like, this ain't the Terror Dome. No, this ain't no funeral home. It ain't the Terror Dome neither. That's how it feels walking to those buildings in New York. Welcome to hell, motherfuckers. I said, so that was DJ Academics. Great advice that you just heard. All right, so let's move on. So that was more up tempo. I'm gonna slow it down because I never finished with this. So I just want to be clear. I think I fell asleep playing this, but let me just break it down for the last time with this. Didn't Academics be with the kid with Tekashi 6ix9ine? Yeah, that was his people's. And like, this is why he feels so confident talking about rappers ain't got shit. So you have to consider, like, didn't you hang with a rapper that was acting like he had all this stuff? There you go. So let's, for once, nip this in the bud right here and understand, when can a K9 search your car so we can move on from this. So now when we see K9 sniffing cars, we'll know what this brother just said. Let's go.
So the very first case that dealt with canines that I could find that's pertinent and relevant to our topic here today is comes from 1976 from the Fifth Circuit. It's United States v. Race, and Race basically said that if a police dog, this basically sets the stage for police dogs. This probably was the first time the use of a police dog was ever contested. The defendant probably tried to argue that a dog does not belong in the field. They are not sufficient for detection of drugs and so on and so forth. But the court said that after a well-trained, this is the key. And now remember, there are two phrases that will be pretty much repeated throughout. Well-trained, another one you will hear is without warning or with warning. Warning is very crucial for purposes of finding the absence or presence of constitutionality when it comes to canine use. But a well-trained drug detection police dog, if one of those indicates after a sniff, so a well-trained drug detection police dog indicates on a particular vehicle or object.
So keyword, well-trained police dog. I guess that's proven in the academy or the training academy the dog went to. I guess there's a certain certification your dog gotta have to be that well-trained dog. Anyway.
Object or person, that is enough to establish probable cause. Or dog detection indicates this dog a well-trained quality when it comes to cases of warning or with warning. Well-trained that will well-trained, but for a dog does not belong. Contested. The defendant probably tried to argue that a dog does not belong in the field. They are not sufficient for detection of drugs and so on and so forth. But the court said that after a well-trained, this is the key. And now remember, there are two phrases that will be pretty much repeated throughout. Well-trained, another one you will hear is without warning or with warning. Warning is very crucial for purposes of finding the absence or presence of constitutionality when it comes to canine use. But a well-trained drug detection police dog, if one of those indicates after a sniff, so a well-trained drug detection police dog indicates on a particular vehicle or object or person, that is enough to establish probable cause. That's it. That's the main takeaway from that case. That's United States v. Race. Pretty much set the stage. If the dog is well trained, no problemo. You got probable cause, officer, and now you can you don't even need to search anymore. You can begin the process of arrest. That's no longer reasonable suspicion. Reasonable suspicion could be a search, but probable cause could be search and arrest. I'm sorry, reasonable suspicion is not first search. I misspoke. So it gives you probable cause to search and arrest an individual if they indeed have contraband on them. Now, the next case comes only 7 years later, 1983, and it's a United.
All right. So I'm gonna skip that case because that's not, the question was already answered, but there's a little more there that I want us to see.
Example. So that requires probable cause or a warrant in order to search, if you don't have consent, of course. So by having the canine sniff and detect odors outside of an apartment is...
We want to focus just on cars.
And have the dog sniff. And then in Robinette v. Vogue, this clause, because as you will see, that will be defined in later cases. And you're going to be shocked, by the way. Space surrounding his luggage and this. And the warning came several times. So it wasn't just one warning. And that was enough to say that that's not excessive force. The dog not unreasonably delay the motorist. So again, having a dog at a roadblock, as long as it's just a quick sweep, 1, 2, 3, off you go, that's constitutional, no problems at all.
I don't like that. At a roadblock, a dog just could just go around your car, and that's constitutional. I guess, man. I guess.
In 1996, in the Sixth Circuit, United States, 70 to 80% accuracy. The court said 70 States v. Kennedy, 1996, detecting drugs. So long as he is certified in detecting drugs, 23 years ago, a warrant is not rendered invalid because the dog handler did not keep accurate training records or train the dog on a regular basis. So if you have been failing in training the dog and the dog is mediocre in his training, so long as he is certified in detecting drugs, and in that particular case, in United States v. Kennedy, 1997, had a reliability rate of 70 to 80% accuracy. 70 to 80% accuracy. The court said that is enough to establish probable cause. Period. So in that case, of course, the dog handler had a dog, and the dog searched, found drugs, and there was a warrant issued in order to search based on that sniff. And that was enough. I guess on cross-examination, they could not provide accurate records. And I'm sure the defense attorney was ecstatic. They thought, oh, we got this one in the bag. I mean, I would be in 1997 and with a case like this, sure. If the handler is on the stand testifying, yeah, oh, I think I was supposed to train him on that Tuesday, but it rained, so I didn't, and we skipped, and then I forgot to train him a couple of weeks after that. So we do have some gaps in training, but he is a certified drug dog, and he is trained in detecting drugs, and then the court will determine that his reliability rate is about 70-80%. That's enough. That is enough for probable cause. And we'll come back to this in subsequent cases. Scary, right? Absolutely crazy. U.S. versus...
All right, so I think I'm done on this one, just to make sure.
The use of the dog is not limited to circumstances where the suspect has to be an imminent life threat to others. So records, failing to train the dog on a regular basis, and now you have a dog who has failed its first certification, failed its second certification, passed on the third certification, went out into the field, and that's enough. Absolutely crazy. But that's the law. And it's been established 21 years ago. Now we're finally in the 2000s. Now these are going to be a little bit...
All right, I know it's a slight echo, but this is where I want to be in the 2000s. This is where we've been seeing police stops 2017, a lot, 2018. So let's get to now.
Closer together in time. And I'm probably going to try and move a little bit faster. In the city of Indianapolis v. Edmond, it's a 2000 case from the United States Supreme Court, said that it's unconstitutional. This is another one of those rare ones. Unconstitutional to set up a checkpoint to detect evidence of ordinary criminal wrongdoing. And in this case, the officers were looking for drugs. That's all they were doing. They set up a check.
There you go. Now that's what I'm about to say. That got to be, illegal, unconstitutional. There you go.
Point. We're just looking. We don't even care about drunk drivers or anything like that. We just want to apprehend people who have drug possessions. The officers used canines to sniff vehicles stopped at the roadblock. And the court said, nope, you cannot do that. You cannot establish a roadblock simply for the purpose of sniffing.
So how many roadblocks were they be looking just for one thing? Big, crazy.
Their cars for drugs. You have a reasonable expectation of privacy there. Then 3 years ago, the Eighth Circuit in 2003, in a case of Kuha versus...
Nope, let's pass that. I want to get to
city. Seen anything like this? It's out of the Fourth Circuit. A building, of course, it's a crime, sure, but it's not a violent crime. It's they're not trying to flee. They're not trying to resist. They're not resisting arrest. It simply says, hey, Sarge, can the dog get a bite of one of these suckers? And the sergeant said, yeah, sure. More release.
All right, so to save you the rest of the video, the probable cause, the reasonable suspicion an officer only needs to call a dog is when they're talking to you, okay? When they start talking to you, that's when they have this fake reasonable suspicion, okay? because after talking to them, they're gonna say, "You look nervous, new black roader." While talking to them, Mitch, they're gonna say, "Why your heart beeping?" These are all things that can possibly, indicate that you got something to hide. Why you not giving eye contact? All that is enough for them to go get a dog. Just that simple. Just that simple. They can say, "Hey man, your hands are sweating." That's it. That's enough to go get a dog. All right. To me, end on that one. Move to the next. So this is what I call real black power, meaning that we should be doing this. We should be since our community act like they hate police officers. They want nothing to do with them. As a matter of fact, I got a Taharka Bay video. I might do. So, but why not watch police your own community? When you see officers got somebody pulled over, white ones in a black neighborhood, you should be walking up with your camera phones like these few people I'm going to play. Check it out. This is how it works.
Intimidate me like you did before. All right, guys, so some activity over here, some police activity.
So real quick, he just pulled up on a scene where some black people were pulled over. So now you got a guy who's not black doing what you guys should be doing. Patrolling your streets, making sure cops are doing what they're doing, and your people doing what they're doing, making sure there's no foul play and just all love. Check this out.
Activity. I was at Walmart grabbing some stuff here in Louisville, Kentucky. We got 1, 2, 3 police cars. Let's see what this is all about.
So my bad for not muting my iPad so the echo. But this is what we should be doing. We should be seeing you pulled over and we approach. Got camera phones or no phone, but preferably a camera phone because you want to protect yourself and the people around so they can't lie. But look at this. So he see black people pulled over and it's hella cops out there. So now he just want to know what's up. They said, "Who is he?" It's about the guy with the camera. Everybody's like kind of shocked. Like, who's this guy with the camera?
You, sir. Okay. Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate that.
What are you doing? Stand back over there if you want to record this
situation. What are you doing?
No, I mean, stand back over there.
So I ain't mute the iPad again. So don't fall for the intimidation tactics from police officers. They will call you bluff. And especially if you're black, they'll call you bluff like you don't know what you're talking about.
Over there, you're not gonna and put yourself in a situation. We just gotta calm down.
I'm not putting myself in any situation.
Stand over there.
Sir, I'm gonna ask you relax. I'm gonna back up.
I understand.
That's it.
But stand over there. We just got this situation. You're standing in the middle of the parking lot right now.
You gotta calm down.
Do you want more people to read your article? Use SEMrush SEO Writing Assistant to
I'm gonna go ahead and give them this, and then.
This guy over here thinks he's super cop.
sorry, I don't.
You have no ID with you.
No, I'm not in my truck.
I can see. Use your phone right now.
It's a live stream. It's a live stream, so there's no evidence on the phone.
Go ahead and end it.
Nope. It's protected Supreme Court law.
Do you understand what I just said to you?
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. This is Matthew Rankin, owner of the HBO Matt YouTube channel. If you enjoyed today's video,
You got an ID with you?
Sorry, I don't.
You have no ID with you.
No, I'm not in my truck. Plus, it's not a stop and ID state. I'm not committing.
No, it is. Do you realize you are in Missouri? It is now illegal to record the police officer. I can seize your phone right now as evidence.
It's a live
That's fine.
stream, so
Let me see your phone. Go ahead and end it.
Nope.
End it right now. Or I will place you under arrest.
A couple of felonies.
Listen, do you understand what I just said to you? Stop it right now. Stop it right now.
Officer Casey claims that Missouri is a stop and ID state and demands Matt's identification. However, the Fourth Amendment requires police officers to possess sufficient reasonable suspicion or probable cause before seizing the property of a criminal suspect. But Matt was not suspected of any illegal activities, and
So that's the key thing. Please imprint this in your mind. The key thing is if you're not suspected of committed a crime. And being suspicious is not a crime, right? Oh, you look suspicious. Okay, thank you. You keep walking. Yeah, that's not a crime.
And Officer Casey negligently ordered Matt to give him his ID, and thereafter seized his ID without a warrant or any lawful basis. We'll get back to that later. The officer also claims that it is illegal to film police officers in the state of Missouri.
So they're making up more stuff. It's illegal to film police officers. So cops can lie. All 50 states, all the states, cops can lie. All right.
If you are familiar with the Batu-sized channel, you are probably aware of the Fifth Circuit right to record the police. Furthermore, which thoroughly established and shored up a First Amendment right to record the police. Furthermore, the First Circuit Court of Appeals ruled in the case Glick v. Kniff that the right to film is not without limitations, and that it may be subject to reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions. In this case, Glick was 10 feet away from officers while recording, and that fact has often been used as a precedent for reasonable distance to film a police encounter. Now that we have established Matt's right to film,
so I hope you're taking a mental notice of everything I just said.
And to deny identifying himself, it becomes questionable if what happens next is retaliation.
Do you understand? Listen to me. Listen to me.
Okay,
Stop.
I'll turn it off. I'll turn it off.
Stop. Right now. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir. I understand. It's a live stream. There's no evidence on the phone. You just turned it off, so there's nothing recording now.
It is illegal in the state of Missouri to film us.
The Supreme Court's already ruled
No.
against that, sir.
Bull. I'm going to seize your phone
Sir.
as evidence.
Okay, so they'll say some garbage like that. That's a 52 fake out.
Suggest you don't do that.
Oh, I don't care what you suggest. Being recorded right here.
Okay.
Let me see your ID.
You've lost your qualified immunity.
Let me see your ID. Do you understand what I just asked you? Let me see your ID. Your interference.
So they will just, the ID thing, I don't know, I also just so obsessed with your ID.
Interfering with my traffic stop. Let me see your ID.
I'm on the other side of the street.
It doesn't matter. You're taking my attention away from my traffic stop because now I have to watch over here to see what you're doing to make sure you're not going to harm me. Therefore, you're interfering with my stop because I am now taking my attention away from my traffic stop. Do you understand what I just said? Give me your ID.
But I'm telling you,
Listen, I don't want your explanation.
Okay, so that's the wrong thing a cop can say on camera. His body cam on a cell phone camera, because if you are clearly found guilty of violating somebody's, First Amendment rights, all the Constitution rights, definitely Bill of Rights, man, they got to really, really come out the pocket.
I don't want your explanation. Do you understand that?
Oh, I understand.
Okay then, great. Now that we understand each other.
Here you go.
Okay, so he did give him the ID. Oh, big mistake.
Stand right here in front of my patrol car. Stand in front of my patrol car.
Yeah, I don't recall him being arrested, so to give him lawless directives was goofy.
I'm just telling it. You're not out here asking me questions. You understand that? Yeah, no, I didn't. Okay.
That's my opinion.
I don't care what your opinion is, or my partner.
Stop! Don't buy another social campaign. The Spectrum Reach ad portal puts our business on the best of TV and streaming, right from our computer.
Partner, or the people that we have stopped over here. I don't know you. I don't know what you're doing over here. Does that make sense to you?
Oh, what you're saying.
We're doing.
And I wasn't trying to interfere.
But,
I wasn't on
but
her
you
side.
were.
I wasn't on
but
their
you
side.
were.
Just watching.
But you were. That's what you're failing to understand here, bud.
And my reasonable opinion, I'll let you know. And I've been standing here with a rifle on my back. It would have been illegal for you to detain me then, too, unless I actually had it unslung.
I never detained you.
You seized my property, sir.
I held on to your phone while I conducted our business. That has nothing to. You could have turned around and walked away. You could have turned around and walked away.
If I didn't give you ID, you
Nope.
were going to arrest me.
Nope. You could have turned around and walked away.
You said in your body cam,
Goodbye.
if I did, I'd be arrested.
Goodbye.
If I
Have a
stand
good night.
here, are you going to arrest me?
Bye.
I'm just asking a question. If I still stand here, are you going
I'm saying goodbye to you.
Okay, so another thing is this: when the officer said you're free to leave, well, if you're free to leave, then you're free to stay. Okay, so little trick words they use. If they say, okay, you're free to leave, everything's good, you also free to stay. Let me get it. So now he's like low-key threatening him under the arrest of arrest. And that's when you can like, hand ID over. So stuff like that. So anything you believe is unlawful, the officer is trying to get you to do or ask for, and you're, basically bullshit them, saying, nah. If he threatens to arrest you, then you definitely give it to him where he's asking for it then. Okay, so anyway, let me play.
If you start recording us again and interfering with my stop, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to seize your phone and I'm going to arrest you for interfering once again with my stop. So I would suggest, yeah, it's right here, bud.
That's all I need. Thanks.
Have a good night.
Matt eventually went on to sue Officer Casey and the city of Pevely for violation of civil rights under 42.
So not only can black activists get back at police officers by keeping them in line, that's that real Black Panther work, by the way. The real Black Panthers have done this right here. The real Black Panthers with cell phones and IG and all these, social media platforms, they would be doing what they're doing right now. What these people are doing right now, that's what the Black Panthers be doing. Real police, basically pacing police officers, making sure that they are completing tasks and jobs according to their oaths, right? And they're not violating anybody's constitutional rights. So, but when they do violate your constitutional right, knowingly, this right here, and he did because he was trying to explain to him, and he wasn't buying it. So, this is what happens now.
U.S. Code subsection 1983, unlawfully preventing the recording of a traffic stop and police officers. 3 counts of retaliation for protected conduct, unlawful seizure of a phone, unlawful...
Don't forget, they took his phone. He said you were not detained when he took it. The officer is making big mistakes. He took the phone and said you were not detained. Like, what? And if you are detained, he still can't take your phone. Only when you're arrested, you take your phone. Only when he's arrested, he's allowed to take anything from you. Detainment just means stay ready, stay around here, because I want to investigate to see if it's part of this crime that I suspect somebody was a part of. You dig? And he's trying to just tie you in there. So he says, stay right here, don't go nowhere. Okay, come on.
Seizure of ID, unlawful detainment, and against the municipality for unlawful policy and failure to train and supervise. The lawsuit was settled for $75,000. Officer Casey was fired from the department before Matt could file a complaint.
You see that? $75,000 lawsuit, and the dude was fired because he was doing his, civilian work. He was making sure he was holding police officers accountable during these Terry stops to make sure that they're not violating, motorists, constitutional rights. So a lawsuit was there, and the cop was fired. This is what the original Black Panthers would have done. They'd have been recording these officers on every stop, making sure that motorists know their laws, making sure they're not consenting to a search, seizure, and all that goofy stuff.
However, his termination was for a separate incident. He was seen on video sitting at a desk in the booking area as Officer Robert Ryan Watson shoved and choked a prisoner. Casey allegedly covered for the other officer, who eventually pled guilty to a misdemeanor civil rights offense and admitted to choking and shoving a prisoner.
Hey, man, that's what some of them do.
I commend Matt's professional demeanor and attitude during this incident. Despite Officer Casey's aggressive, rude, and condescending behavior, Matt was able to maintain his composure and...
All right, next one.
Any tests. Turn that light the other way or stand to a different side.
Okay, so it's a... Wait, who's this?
Clown, you want to put a leash on your goon here?
At least you're doing. So another white person... what they're doing is that they're surveilling and monitoring their communities, and they're holding their local police officers accountable for their police work. Okay, this is real activism. When you have a problem with police officers, when you truly believe they're dirty and they're up to no good, this is the work that you should be following up with. Not sitting on your couch, running your mouth, looking like a goofball with powerless.
He's a hothead. You got a problem, officer. You got to put a leash on your dog here, buddy.
Man, they're not here to help you.
They're trying to find a reason to arrest you. They don't already have it, or you'd be in cuffs.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. In the early hours of May 26, 2019, Eric Brandt, Pikes Peak Accountability, Silent Citizen, and Liberty Freak were filming a DUI traffic stop in Lakewood, Colorado. When they arrived on scene, multiple units were there. The four men stood a considerable distance away and told the suspect their rights.
You're not required to answer any questions or perform any tests.
One of the officers took issue with being illegal.
You see that? And so many of our people in our neighborhoods can avoid these fake sobriety tests that cause a lot of our people, their careers, their custody, they lose custody, these things. So what this person is doing, they're educating their own, right? They know the police officers are intimidating, they're overpowering, you dig, they're coercive, they're manipulative, and they're trying to get this woman to take a field sobriety test and who knows whatever else. A breathalyzer on the spot, and the brother behind the camera is going to educate his own, something we should do, but we don't. But we claim we don't like police officers. I don't know, it's just a goofy, non-active work that some of us do. And it's sickening to me.
Illuminated by Eric Brandt's flashlight.
Can you guys do me a favor? I don't have a problem with you guys standing over here watching us, but we need you to kill that light so we can do our roadsides, okay?
The men remained silent and continued to film from a distance.
So, if you can turn that light the other way or stand to a different side.
Now, isn't that ironic? Police officers telling you to cut off your bright light. Turn your bright light away from their eyes. Oh my God. Let's look at the chat. Well, what we got here? Gary, peace. Pierre, you already know. Zane, what it do, baby? Sosa, yeah, don't worry. It's just getting there. But listen, who disagrees with this type of activism right here? Who disagrees that this is necessary in our neighborhoods where we are the main subjects to police profiling, racial profiling, police brutality? You dig just name it. Just name anything disgusting that a police officer can do to a motorist or just a regular resident of the community. Name it. And when they actually team up and gather and pull us over and call all these cars, what do? We keep it moving, leaving that brother, that sister to defend for themselves. That's what we do. So you got real activism here because this is what the real Black Panthers have been doing in 2022. This is their version, what they did in the 80s. This is their version. Like, who would disagree that this is real activism? And you hate the police officers so much, or you believe that they're full of shit and they're up to no good and all this goofy rhetoric, I'm showing you what you can do about it. This annoys them. This keeps them in check. It keeps them accountable. You hold them responsible for all the police stops. You give them no choice but to be clean and not a dirty cop. All right? Let's go.
So we can do our maneuvers. I'd appreciate it.
A moment later, the officer asks again and is met with silence.
And I really need you to kill that light, okay? Because the movements he's doing, the light affects it, okay? Can you turn?
Okay, so this woman clearly does not know that a field sobriety test is voluntarily, and at any time she can suspend it and say, or put a halt to it and say, hey, I don't want to do it anymore. At any time, there's nothing that says she got to continue with it. So now he's claiming that the lights are affecting the results of the test, and he can't determine whether she's under the influence or not.
Turn your light off, please.
Shortly after, backup units arrive on scene. Officer Yahia drives towards Liberty Freak, and upon exiting his cruiser, he stands directly in front of his camera with the intent to suppress his First Amendment right to film the police encounter. He then uses his flashlight in an attempt to disrupt Eric Brandt's recording.
Now, this is a police tyrant, right? This is now these are the filthy cops that people complain about when they say, your cops, they full of SHIT. This is what you were talking about right here. This is a filthy piece of SHIT right here. And this is the main one that needs to be on camera, being held responsible and accountable for their actions. And then you follow up with, whatever you need, complaints and things like that.
Hey, get the f*** out of his face, asshole.
Out of my what's wrong with you?
I created Hint Water to make water taste better. We started in one grocery store. Now we're online and.
What are you, a clown? Oh, it gotta be one f***ing jack to f*** the whole thing out.
So when they get pissed off at you recording the traffic stops, they'll do the flashlight trick, which a lot of them are good at, like blinding you. This guy.
What the f*** is wrong with you people?
You're the f***tard that makes the video every fucking time.
Can you just turn your light a little bit away from those folks over there, please? Thank you.
No.
You want to put a leash on your goon here? Oh, he's gonna get clever. You think you're clever, you're fucking stupid. Right? You don't have clever. There's no clever in you. Hothead bitch. 09. This guy's a hot.
Now, that was a straight clown, but look, he's being held accountable. You dig? By members of the community, which what we failed to do. But we talk the most SHIT about what needs to be done, but we never go do it.
Hothead, you got a problem officer there in vehicle number 9. Swerving around, not using a turn signal, flipping a not using a turn signal.
For some reason, Officer Yahia leaves, only to return a moment later and drive his vehicle toward Eric.
You better check yourself, buddy. Swerve at me again, huh? Do it again, come at me with a deadly weapon, I'll the world. I'm not gonna get out of his way. He's running at me at a high speed. What the is wrong with you, pig? 09 Lakewood Police, hothead right there. What's your name? YEHIA. You better check your attitude, Royd boy, huh? Check yourself. You better control his attitude. You got to put a leash on your dog here, buddy. Come find me down the street with a deadly weapon. You're lucky I didn't unload a clip in your. You'd have done that to me. Yeah, I got your number, buddy. I got your number. What the is wrong with you, huh?
These sick, filthy cops. And guess what? These instances, right? These exposés, you end up getting these police officers fired or disciplined in one way or another. You have lawsuits, and a lot of these lawsuits are not just monetary. A lot of times you can add to the policy in your lawsuit. You can have the police officers, and look, my lives had already shown this, that you can have police officers be forced, every last police officer be forced to watch videos how to respect these guys right with the cameras, these First Amendment orders. You dig? How to respect them. Like every officer has to go through these training videos for so many hours per week. It'd be in their training. So when you come back out with your camera to record, they're just quiet. When you record their police stops, record their federal bills, or whatever you want to record in public, they just keep it moving.
Oh, he's got to have one clown in the department, huh? Yeah, you guys aren't administering the proper test to her, so her lawyer's going to get my card. Okay?
Stay back, guys. Let her do her thing here.
Well, you need to do the right thing. You need to administer the right test. You need to administer it under normal conditions. This is ridiculous.
Man, they're not here to help you.
They're definitely not here to help you. You saw they ran at me at high speed. Maybe someone else needs to be checked for drunk driving, huh?
And don't worry, I got a slew of videos of police officers being pulled over for drunk driving. I just haven't gotten there yet. But trust me, when I get past this and the Moorish videos getting pulled over, next time I'll show you drunk police officers getting pulled over. So that's not a cap, my man said. That's not far-fetched. That's a real reality. They get pulled over more. They drive drunk probably as much as anybody else.
Man, they're trying to find a reason to arrest you. They don't already have it, or you'd be in cuffs. Don't answer their questions. Your lawyer would suggest you don't answer any questions, and you don't perform any roadside charades. They are charades.
The interaction continues for another 10 minutes and results in the woman being arrested for a suspected DUI.
You see? So she so-called failed a sobriety test that it's impossible to pass. And you go in handcuffs anyway. She's trying to prove she's not intoxicated, but she go in handcuffs anyway. This is why you don't do that. You don't do a field sobriety test, which is 40%, sometimes 30%, 20% accurate. Sober people, listen to me clear. Sober people fail sobriety tests. They're that hard to pass. And they can't be passed, by the way. They're not designed to be passed. They're designed to just fail. Or they're designed to just be more evidence to prove that you were under the influence when they pulled you over. That's all it's designed for. It's designed to fail or either just be added to the evidence box to the district attorney, the prosecutors, etc.
Please don't shine under my eyes, sir. You're shining in my eyes. You think you get extra privileges, Blue Spag?
Yeah, I just had him shine in my eyes all night.
Yeah, your came flying down the street at high speed, full throttle with lights on me. What the Do you have to say to that?
The men attempted to file a complaint with the supervisor on scene, but were met with closed ears, so Mr. Irizarry sued Officer Yahia pro se under 42 U.S. Code 19.
So now, what better victory would this have been for the Black Panthers, the Moors, right? The Nation of Islam. If they out here doing real street activism, making sure that these police officers are abiding by the law and respecting the rights of their motorists or just residents that they pull over, what greater satisfactory or satisfying reward can they have than one, suing, getting the bag, and then two, getting the officer fired or suspended or disciplined?
1983, alleging that the officer violated his First Amendment rights. The district court dismissed the complaint for failure to state a claim, finding that Mr. Irizarry had alleged a constitutional violation, but held that Officer Yahia was entitled to qualified immunity because the violation was not one of clearly established law. Liberty Freak appealed, and the University of Colorado School of Law, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, the Cato Institute, the National Police Accountability Project, and the First Amendment Scholars filed amicus briefs on behalf of Liberty Freak. Finally, on July 11th of 2022, the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals reviewed the district court's opinion and the allegations that Officer Yahia intentionally positioned himself directly in front of Mr. Irizarry to make sure he intentionally obstructed the camera view and attempted to saturate Eric's camera sensors by shining an extremely bright flashlight at it, that Yahia drove right at Mr. Irizarry and Mr. Brandt and sped away, made a U-turn, gunned his cruiser directly at Mr. Brandt, swerved around him, stopped, then repeatedly began to blast his air horn at the two men, and that Officer Yahia's actions amounted to a blatant plier restraint, and Officer Yahia deprived him of his rights to freedom of the press and sought to punish Mr. Irizarry for exercising his rights. Upon reviewing the district court's decision, the 10th Circuit Court reversed, revoking Officer Yahia's qualified immunity because...
Okay, let me explain that. I've done it before, but for those who missed that show, and for those who are just new, qualified immunity is what is afforded to every police officer in the country, right? That just means you can't come at them civilly, personally. So whatever lawsuit you have would just be toward the city and probably the police department, but not at anyone's personally. But normally, if you can prove that they knowingly and willingly violate your constitutional rights, you can get their qualified immunity removed, and you can come at them civilly, personally. And that's what happened here.
Because of the many sibling circuit court decisions that recognized the right to film the police, the 10th Circuit even cited Turner v. Driver, a well-known case from the 5th Circuit involving the Batusai YouTube channel, which is...
Why don't you own commercial real estate? Yes, you. Why don't you own commercial?
Which is further proof that these incidents inspire massive change. The case is now being sent back to the lower courts for further proceedings, but without Officer Yahia's qualified immunity attached to it, and it may be a while before we hear the final results. Other than the officer's license plates all demonstrating their biggest issue, the funniest thing about this whole case comes from a conversation I had months ago with Liberty Freak, in which he told me that if he wins this case and it becomes case law, that all of us, the officers and legal teams arguing the right to film the police in their official capacity, will have to pronounce his last name when citing case law in the 10th Circuit, as this is the first case in the 10th Circuit to recognize a First Amendment right to record police officers performing their official duties in public.
So that is your right, activists, and just members of the community that genuinely want, their community to be safe from tyrant police officers, as we just seen. So if they're tyrant to white people, we don't stand a chance. But this is your right.
Irizarry v. Yahia. For unknown reasons, Liberty Freak's video is no longer on YouTube, but the Eric Brandt Show and Pike Speak Accountability still have their videos up. Between them, the videos have less than 10,000 views. The only reason I point that out is to show you that it does not take a viral video to create case law and enact change in your community.
So this incident, this activism is going to produce case law. Like again, that's a huge win for activists. Huge win.
Be sure to film every encounter you have with state officials, and perhaps someday we'll have to pronounce your last name. A huge thanks to Pikes Peak Accountability for helping me gather the footage and...
All right, so now the Moors are going to do it their way.
First, I gave him our USAR law enforcement pamphlet.
Okay, so this just explains to you what to do here in the U.S. if you get pulled over?
Yes, and you make sure that law enforcement understands that there's nationals traveling. Those are our issued driver's licenses, just to make sure that, because, you know, it's a learning curve. It's not, you know, common. So I make sure that I carry things to make sure law enforcement understands that I'm a national. I'm actually the governor of the province of Georgia, actually.
For success, it's important to stay calm and build rapport.
But yeah, I'm a holistic doctor.
Holistic doctor just means he's a pseudo doctor. That's all. He's a oh my God.
Which is why I deliver the medical supplies. Board certified doctor.
Holistic doctor just means mad scientist. That's all it means.
Okay. Now I got one more question.
Yes, sir.
How much marijuana is in the vehicle?
None.
Okay, I'm getting a strong odor of marijuana from the vehicle.
You can check if you like.
Okay.
And so you know that you never consent to a search. But this Moorish brother got his own, you know, they got their own way, how they handle these police officers. Consenting to a search is horrible voluntarily. And then he go almost kind of backtrack, but then felt like he had to.
You can check if you like, but it's my board certification.
Oh, I don't need that, sir.
And there you can check. There's no marijuana in the vehicle, but I also have that as well from the national government. But there is no marijuana in the vehicle.
It is at this point I pull out my USAR issued marijuana license and put it on the dashboard for the officer to see. I immediately let him know he can search so he wouldn't grow suspicious.
Okay, my brother, I don't know what planet you're from, but if they're asking you if there's marijuana in the car, he already grew suspicious and he already believes it's there because he said he smelled the odor. So there's nothing you're going to say to satisfy him.
I'll put these here.
But notice, he never tells me he's radioing for backup to move forward with the search until I ask him.
But yeah, then they also advised to, well.
I'm sorry?
I was just going to say that as governor, we always tell our citizens.
He's a governor. And look, way too much talking, but let me go back. He's a governor.
I was just going to say that as governor, we always tell our citizens to let the officer know that if there's any verification that needs to be done or anything that you are supposed to call my president.
Okay.
But yeah, and I do apologize for going too fast. Does it change? Does the speed limit drop at a certain point? Because this isn't my area.
Not till you get to Clayton, but the maximum speed limit in Raven County,
I'm a
which is
fast
where we
forward
are
a
right now, is 55.
Well, I mean, I think last
maybe
time,
5 miles.
I was looking at GPS to check. I think it last said. And my seatbelt's on.
Yes, I'm thankful for that.
And notice he's doing one thing that's great. He's recording the police officer himself. He's not relying on their body cam. Or dash cam.
Hang on just a second. I'm trying to get my radio to work.
Yeah, and that was one thing I was trying to do. My GPS conked out on me a quick second with no signal while I was driving.
Remember, Our government is an ally with his government.
All right. So the Moorish said his government is an ally with the police government. Okay. He's losing me.
So there's no need to be militant or hostile with the officer. After engaging with the officer, he has a clear understanding that I am not a U.S. citizen.
You heard him right. He said, after engaging with the officer, he has a clear understanding that I am not a U.S. citizen. Oh my God, what are we doing here?
And he understanding after engaging with the officer. After engaging with the officer, he has a clear understanding that I am not a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, you can't make this stuff up, man.
And he must engage with me differently. As a national, I let the officer know I am fully.
As a national? Okay. My God, these fancy titles.
As a national, I let the officer know I am fully compliant with his processes.
Okay, sorry about that.
You gotta check my registration and stuff.
Again, there's too much information. You ask the question and let him do his job. Now, why would you mention registration? Just leave it alone, dude. Stop talking. Damn.
No, since you said I could check the card because I do smell that odor, I'm asking for another unit to come up here, just so for officer safety.
Okay.
All right, so pay attention here. This means he's going to backtrack on his consent, which you can, but he's still trying to oblige the officer because his government has a peace treaty with the police officer's government, I guess.
Okay. Well, I don't actually want to. You can go ahead and do what you gotta do because I'm trying to get to going.
I'm thinking real fast at this point.
Do I have to consent to a search?
I mean,
I didn't. That's not exactly what I was trying to.
So you see, do I have to consent to a search? But earlier he was all for it. You can search it now. Do I have to? You know what I mean? Just he's over the place.
Consenting to opening my car and doing all this. But there is no marijuana, so or anything illegal in the vehicle. No, so yeah.
All right, so here we go.
I mean, you don't have to consent, but I mean, with the odor I'm smelling, I'm just going to get a canine out here.
I was waiting on him to say that.
I mean, it's up to you.
What's up to me?
If you want to give consent or not. Consent to search the vehicle.
There you go. You supposed to know the law, man.
If I consent, does a canine have to come? We have to wait on all those things?
No, sir. If you consent, we don't have to wait on a canine.
I knew the answer to that. I just wanted to hear him say it.
I don't need to be waiting on a canine. So, and if there's any problems, I highly advise that you also discuss with my national government, who's issued all rights. But there's nothing in here, so I don't even know why it would be necessary. But just letting you know.
Well, let me just explain where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Marijuana is illegal in the state of Georgia.
So I wonder what year this was. Does it give? No. Yeah, his premiere July 25th, but this is old.
Okay.
Little bit like this, less than an ounce, I don't care about. I'm just going to destroy it. You can't be in possession of it.
I understand.
But any amount whatsoever is illegal in the state of Georgia.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's why I'm going through all this with you.
And the only reason that I'm mentioning this is because it's like as far as national government, and not being a 14th Amendment citizen, Negro, black, colored, I'm Moorish American.
Oh, I was so embarrassed when he said that I was so embarrassed when he said that to the police officer. I was like, oh my God.
American national, and not being a 14th Amendment, like as far as national government, and not because it's like as far as national government, and not being a 14th Amendment citizen, Negro, black, colored, I'm Moorish American national. So
yeah, I bet you y'all can't say that 5 times straight without messing up.
My national government, which supersedes the federal, has issued.
All right. Now at that point, I'm laughing. The police officer don't give a shit, right? So let me just tell you what he cares about. He's focused on that damn dog. He don't give a damn what this guy talking about. He's focused on either the dog or him searching the car. That's all he cares about. You can talk national. I'm not a 14th Amendment black American, nothing about me like that. And all that officers think about that dog coming to search that car and pick up the weed that he believes is there because, he just so the order is just that strong.
Right, the Negro black national government mentioning this is because it's like as far as national government, and not being a 14th Amendment citizen, Negro, black, colored, I'm Moorish American national. So my national government, which supersedes the federal, has issued me rights for it. So I'm just making sure that part is clear. This isn't a generic thing. This is an actual.
Yo, listen. Let me just tell you, all right. Not only is he focused on trying to find out marijuana, so he don't give a damn what you're talking about, but if he didn't have that issue with, we're talking about the police officer. If he, let's say if you never smelled marijuana, right? He's just pulling him over for the speeding ticket that he put him over for, right? All that stuff you're saying right now, they just ignore all that. Just give me a license, registration, insurance. He'll get your name, and here's your ticket. Right? All the extra stuff you're saying, like they don't care.
National, but a lot of people don't know that we actually have an indigenous Native American national government for Africans born in America. So, but I'm just being thorough with explaining things, and what do you need me to do so that you can check?
I'm not saying you're in trouble.
No, I understand. So what would you need me to do at this point? Because I really need to get to these patients.
I'm honestly just waiting on another unit.
So that
your
safety.
Get you on the road.
I got you.
Okay.
I understand for your safety.
I can't have you standing out here while I'm looking in your vehicle.
Makes sense. Understand. Wouldn't do that either. Better than that. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. We would train better than that. Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. Now the whole part about if it's just a little bit, I don't care about it, I'll just destroy it, but you can't have it in the state of Georgia. I respect that. You can't have it. We respect their laws. But either way, I'm a non-citizen. You have no jurisdiction over me. So
He said it. First of all, he said his government supersedes federal government. Yeah, when he said that, okay, when you make a statement like that, that means like you really don't know what you're talking about at all. Like I just started getting into this type of research, so I'm not an expert, but I know a little something, right? This guy doesn't know anything about civics and this part of it, zero. He said his government supersedes federal government. Listen, let me tell you a government that supersedes the federal government. If there was such a government that can supersede the federal government, that means that they already war with America and beat America. There is no government that supersedes the federal government. Their government supersedes everybody, or they would like to think that. I'm talking about Americans. But there's no government government that could pull rank on the federal goddamn government in America. This guy done lost his goddamn mind. You supersede the American government, but you can't beat them in a war. Are you like at one point we say European, we call white people all these crazy terms, but you got to know one thing only. You got to beat them or be able to beat them to make them respect you. All right, so anyway, let's go.
All you can do is either way, I'm a non-citizen. You have no jurisdiction over me. So all you can do is destroy it. I'm a non-citizen. You can't have it. We respect their laws, but either way, I'm a non-citizen. You have no jurisdiction over me. So all you can do is destroy it.
So he goes into the Moorish jargon one more time.
You have no, we respect, but you can't have, if it's just a little bit, I don't care about it, I'll just destroy it, but you can't have it in the state of Georgia. I respect that. You can't have it. We respect their laws, but either way, I'm a non-citizen. You have no jurisdiction over me. So all you can do is destroy it. But my Utah Constitution says that I can possess marijuana.
I don't even know what he said, but his Constitution says he can. Yeah, listen to what he just said. His Constitution allows him to violate the American Constitution, or I'm joking when I say that, but American law. Because that's a state law right there with it. Oh, actually, it's federal too. See, so interesting.
Marijuana.
Well, I go to Clayton, then what's it? Is it Live Rock, Georgia, or something Rock? And then not Flat Rock, something Rock.
Oh, there's a Black Rock, there's more.
I do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Keep in mind, you gotta be slowing down. Not only is it unsafe for you, but for
speed limit. I thought I was in pocket, thinking it was maybe 60, 65, where I'm like, I try to stay under 2. I know, yeah, I know. Hit those curves going fast.
I'm gonna have you step back here. You can bring your phone and continue to record if you'd like.
Yes, sir.
But I'm gonna have you step back here to the front of my car, okay?
I'm gonna reach down, put my shoes on.
Perfectly fine.
Now, I don't know this to be true, but I always was told, not always, but I was told that if you were driving around your footwork, that's a ticket. Maybe it's a lie because he ain't giving one. He admitted to that.
In my opinion, consenting to the search is always the best option.
You heard it from him first. Consenting to a search is always the best option. Yo, why are they so backwards? Everything that's taught correctly, they go the opposite exact way. Crazy, man.
And as consenting to the search is always, in my opinion, consenting to the search is always the best option. And as you can see, I continue to engage with the officer, continue to be friendly, find common ground, so that you seem normal, make friends, be allies, act like an ally. Very important also.
We're just gonna step right here to the front of my vehicle.
Me step to
the front of my vehicle.
All right, so they didn't find any marijuana, of course, and they didn't give him a ticket. They let him go without a ticket. I forgot what he did at the end, but so that's pretty much it on this one, okay? So he's out the car, one cop is near him, while the other one turned his back and searched the car. All right, so now we go into the Moorish videos I did not see. Okay, yeah, this guy, man, you heard it for yourself. He's not a 14th Amendment. All that his government supersedes federal government. All this ridiculous stuff he's talking, which is just crazy to me. Is that Dan Calloway right here? Over here, Dan Calloway right here. It look like him. They're black. Nah, it says he gets pulled over at the title. I don't know what all this stuff is right here. So let's get just to the pullover, because that's some ridiculous stuff.
License plate on your vehicle.
If you read,
you don't have driver's license.
Okay. You're also.
He's gonna pull you over, man.
So he's showing off a comment from this video. Okay, whatever.
On my way to work, pulled over. Let's see what this is about.
Hey, sir.
Yeah.
Alrighty. The reason I'm pulling you over, man, is I was right behind you. We were doing 80 and a 55.
Okay.
You have license, registration, insurance?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't need that to travel. I'm a Moorish.
Oh boy, yes. That first guy wasn't too bad. This guy said, "Yo, did you hear what? Yo, this is hilarious."
American National.
55. The reason I'm pulling you over, man, is I was right behind you. We were doing 80 and a 55.
Okay.
You have license, registration, insurance?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't need that to travel. I'm a Moorish American national traveling to Morocco. I don't have to have. There you go. Supposed to get at to y'all.
What's the deal, man? Can you roll this window down?
No, you can read that right there.
So I can talk to you?
I'm talking to you. Am I not? Can you not hear me clear enough? And you're also being video and audio recorded.
I understand. That's
All
fine.
right. If you read that, you will.
Okay, you don't have a license plate on your vehicle?
If you read,
you don't have driver's license?
if you read the paper, it will answer all of your questions.
What is this paper?
Explains to you policy enforcers that I have the inalienable right to travel without a driver's license, insurance.
Yeah, that's sad, yo. Like it's really sad how, man, it's sad. You know, they say hurt people hurt people, and yo, that is so true, man. Yo, this is sad to like listen to. This dude obviously been lied to, been defrauded, been sold that information probably for $200. And now they are at a police stop telling the officer, I don't need none of that. I got the right to travel. I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
Or state issued valid driver's license. This, I mean, if you read the first two lines on that paper, it's on there, and it's.
Well, that's fine. I just, like I said, I don't have. You're not telling me any information. You're not telling me who you are.
I don't have.
I told you why I pulled you over.
You're absolutely right.
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 Okay.
For you pulled me over for what reason again?
Because I'm on the highway right next to you, and you're doing 80 and a 55, all the way up here.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's against the law.
It's not against the law.
To speed?
As a matter of fact, do you have a supervisor I can speak to? Because I'm going to exercise my inalienable right to remain silent. Because you won't. I've given you the paperwork. You won't even look at it to read it.
You see that? I told you, like the last guy, like you can give them this stuff and they'll entertain it because they're confused and they don't feel like to draw it out, right? But all they really care about is the real paperwork. The license, registration, that's all they care about. That other stuff, you know, just for us to laugh at.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get one started.
All right.
Okay? Go ahead and get your driver's license.
Let's see how this works. Oh, here we go with this shit.
So he put a message up to tell you what, it's a conspiracy message up to let you know what's going on. Oh my God, man. Private automobile over to the colonial state and DMV. My God.
See how these clown bitches try to act today.
Okay, read the commentary. He may be under duress for his own safety and for the protection of his private property. I looked this up, and word duress is duress in a law dictionary. Oh my God. Black Laws Dictionary, fifth edition, 105th edition. Let me be fast for a little bit.
The camera dirty? Must be. There we go. I've been pulled over on my way into work this morning.
And he tried that BS going to work. Oh my God. This is why Moorish can't keep jobs.
For doing 80 and a 55 or so they say. All the time knowing that your posted speed limit is a suggested speed limit. So I am waiting for a supervisor right now. Hurry up, waiting. Is it right away? No, I need petrol.
Sergeant?
Yes, I was. I don't see the reason why I was stopped.
You were asking for a sergeant?
Yes, I was. I don't see the reason why I was stopped.
The officer said that you were going 80. This is a 65-mile-an-hour zone on the highway. Were you aware of that?
That's a posted suggested speed limit.
That's a speed limit, not a suggested speed limit.
That's not a suggestion. That's a speed limit. Yeah, this is hilarious. But it said
speed limit.
Okay.
Is that what the sign says? Speed limit?
That's what it states on the sign.
Limit, right.
Right.
So that's a state speed limit. Correct?
You are absolutely 100% correct. Right. A corporate state speed limit. You're right.
And that's the reason why he had stopped you.
Okay.
Also, you didn't have a license plate on your vehicle.
Right.
So
it's not required.
It's not registered in the state of Colorado.
It's not required.
Whenever you I'll let the car go by so I can talk.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So whenever you're traveling on the state of Colorado roadway, it needs to be registered in the state of Colorado.
That's not true, sir.
Yes, sir, it is. That's.
Hey, yeah, do you hear the argument now? That's not true, sir. Yeah, I wish the office more humorous to hear his brother excuse why it's not true.
The reason why we have license plates.
If you're a corporate entity that adheres to the corporate laws, then yes, you are 100% correct. You're 100% correct.
Are you a licensed driver in the state of Colorado, sir?
I'm not licensed in any state to drive.
Okay. So in the state of Colorado,
I'm exercising my inalienable right to travel.
You're required to have a driver's license to travel on the state of Colorado roadway.
That is not true, sir. But I'm not going. I mean, it's not an argument for the side of the road.
You either. I'm just trying to get this rectified.
As am I, because I'm on my way to work and I'm late.
My officer's just pulling you over because you're traveling 80 miles an hour and a posted 65 mile an hour speed limit. That's the reason why my officer's pulling you over.
Okay.
Okay. And that's what he was trying to explain to you. Is that
no, I understood that. I understood that was the reason for him, or his reason for stopping me. I understood that.
Right. So right now, all he's doing is conducting a traffic stop. So he's trying to find out who you are and explain the traffic infraction to you as to why he was stopping you. And that's the only thing he was doing.
Okay, if you can ask him, I didn't argue with him or anything.
All right. We're perfectly fine, sir.
Okay.
And I'm not arguing with you either. I'm just explaining. That's all, because you requested a sergeant to come here. So I'm just advising you of what it is that he advised me.
Okay.
And that's all.
All right.
So, did you supply him with your name and date of birth?
No, I didn't supply him with anything. It's not required.
Yeah, this officer, God, yo, are you like, yo, come on, step out the car, sir, and take this field sobriety test. You gotta be under the influence of alcohol or some type of drug.
Here, I'll give you this out as well.
Okay.
I mean, this is Supreme Court law. So what you're saying is law that you're going by. I'm going by the Constitution, which you guys took an oath to, which is law in this country. It's law.
Right.
It states I don't have to identify myself. I don't have to have quote unquote state issued license plates, registration, or driver's license. I'm not driving. Driving is conducting commerce. I am traveling. Look up the definition. I'm just stating facts.
I understand.
All right.
You're certainly traveling, but the thing is, you're traveling on a state roadway.
Sir,
if you were traveling like on a rural roadway, things like that, that's certainly different.
Sir, I've run into state troopers, I run into federal agents, and the same applies. It's Supreme Court law, which is the highest law. It was the supreme law of the land.
Right.
That is fact. Right. That's why I have private property in the back of my window. Registration. I mean, it's. Sure. I've been through this several times.
Okay. So what you're saying is that you don't want to supply the officer with your name or date of birth or anything like that?
I'm not required to by law.
So what you're saying is that you don't want to?
I'm not required to by law,
well,
sir.
I'm asking you whether you want to.
My name is Tariq.
Tariq, thank you, sir. May I ask?
And I'm late to work.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. That'll be all right.
I'm just curious as to what your travel is. Where are you going from here?
I'm going to Longmont. I'm traveling to Longmont.
You're going to Longmont.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Here's your paperwork back. Okay. I'm going to ask you for a favor. Okay. You're traveling in the municipality of Thornton, city of Thornton, state of Colorado. Okay. When you're traveling through our city, can you please adhere to the speed limit, not suggested speed limit, so that way the officer does not have to contact you. Is that an agreement we can have?
There's an agreement we can have.
Very good, sir. Then you can be on your way.
All right.
If you're good with, this is the officer that stopped you, just so that you know who stopped you.
Okay.
Okay. And again, like I said, it was for the posted speed limit violation, and that you didn't have a driver's license plate on your vehicle.
Okay, and like I said, the officer will tell you I wasn't rude or anything. That's specific. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
All
right,
I'm
yeah.
totally fine with you right now, sir.
Okay, outstanding.
There's no reason to be rude or anything like that. I'm not
absolutely
rude to you, am I?
No, sir.
Okay,
absolutely not.
I'm all right, sir. Tariq, so thank you again. Please adhere to the speed limit, not suggested speed limit. Okay, so that way you don't get pulled over. I mean, that's the easiest way to not have to be contacted.
I agree. I'm just trying to get to work.
All right, sir.
All right.
Take care.
All right. Okay. Does this road go over to the gas station, or do I got a
yes,
U-turn?
It does. If you go up there, turn left, and it'll come back out to the lights right over there.
Okay. Thank you much.
Take care.
So I mean, like, so I don't know what to say. I'm like totally speechless. Like, this dude said, I ain't fill out none of that stuff, man. But this is what's going on in these small little Moorish temples. Not all of them, because some reject this type of teaching. but he bought a package from somebody for about $200, and he studied it, and he believed it's just true. It's, nothing about it can be false. Oh my God. You traveling at Moorish speed. Black people love following white people, but crazy. But exactly, I'm trying to tell you the pseudos. I'm gonna do one more, and then I'll do the rest for part 2. So one more. Again, I never watched it.
My name is Officer Usher, Baltimore County Police. Need to let you know you're being audio and video recorded. Okay. The reason I'm pulling over? No, I don't. What's that? I don't. It's just your tints, man. Your tints are far.
Now, at least these people being pulled over got cameras on their, you know, and I got mine. I told you got to have yours, because you keep the cops honest, especially if you're an activist. And some people proud to not be an activist. That's shit crazy. How you black? You not like you supposed to be an activist by default, you know? But you got to do your civil duty for your community. Got to cut that camera on. Keep these police officers honest. Anyway, let's go.
Too dark, and you got tints on the front windshield. You're not allowed to do that.
All right, I get that. Situated.
Are you the registered owner?
I get that situated.
Are you the registered owner of the car?
May I speak to a supervisor?
You want to speak to a supervisor in
Yes.
reference to what?
I just want to speak to a supervisor.
In reference to? I mean, I can get a supervisor out here. I just need to let him know what you're calling him out here for. You know what I mean?
Because I have these papers right here.
Okay.
So I'll get the tip took off.
Okay.
But if it's a problem, then I would like to speak to a supervisor.
What do you mean if it's a problem? Like if it's illegal?
No, like I know that it's not illegal because I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
Okay.
But I'm saying
He said, "No, it's not illegal." He didn't say, "I know it's legal." He said, "Because not driving, I'm traveling." These little words they do, man. Yeah, they did. Yeah, this is crazy, man. This is what we do.
saying
You're
so
operating a motor vehicle. I mean, we can agree on that.
So I'm just saying, if that's a problem, then I would like to speak to a supervisor.
Okay.
And look, all of this because he asked him for some paperwork. He grabbed some bullshit in his hands, man, that some bum high school dropout sent him for $200. And now he's driving a car that was parked in his grandma's driveway or backyard for like 3 years. Some fool sold him some BS and told him he could take it out. He don't need license, registration, nothing, because he's not driving. Only drivers need license, registration, and insurance. When you're a traveler, all you need is your faith in Allah.
Okay, I understand that. I'll get a supervisor started out here. Okay? You got your license or any sort of identification with you?
No.
You don't have any sort of identification?
No.
Do you have a Maryland driver's license?
I don't have a driver's license because I'm not driving anymore.
I know, I understand that. But you know, you're operating a motor vehicle. You and I can agree on that. You say that you're traveling. I say you're driving. We can agree on the grounds that you're operating.
Hey, yo. You say you're traveling. I say you're driving. Yo, oh my God. This is comedy. Oh my God. You say you're driving. No, you say you're traveling. I say you're driving, but we both agree you're operating a motor vehicle, basically. This is too funny.
A motor vehicle, yes? You're currently in Baltimore County.
Can I speak to a supervisor?
I'm going to get a super. I'm just explaining all of this out to you. I see you got your video started. I want to give you the best explanation that I can, okay?
Yes, sir.
So you and I can meet on the common grounds that you're operating a motor vehicle on Baltimore County roads in the state of Maryland. Yes? We agree on that. You're not driving, you're traveling.
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with
I agree that I'm traveling.
You're traveling on Baltimore County roads in a motor vehicle that you're operating.
Can I speak to a supervisor?
Like I said, I'm going to get one started out here. No big deal. All right? I'm just going to grab your name real quick.
I am me Bay.
What's are you the registered owner?
I am me Bay.
No, I understand.
Yo, listen, man. Would I be wrong to say that they appeal some of these temples appeal to black youth who are borderline retarded. I am eBay. I am eBay.
Understand that. Is this your vehicle, or did you steal it? You borrow it?
I would like. Can I speak to a supervisor?
Like I said, I'm gonna get one started out here. No big deal. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You have insurance for the vehicle?
Can I please speak to a supervisor?
I'm gonna get one started out here. Like I said, no big deal.
All right. All right. Thank you.
You mind if I look over this stuff?
Look over what?
Your paperwork right there. I just want to make sure I don't violate any sort of your code of ethics, all right? You mind if I take it and read it?
Yes, you can read it.
All right. Do I need to read that one as well?
That's an oath to that you guys take as to the office. That's your oath that you take.
Do I need to read that one as well?
This is just the court papers to back it up, but I would like to speak to a supervisor.
Okay, you mind if I read that? I'd like to. I mean, I'd like to understand a little bit more about what you're saying, you know.
Can I speak to a supervisor?
I'm gonna request a supervisor as soon as I go back to my vehicle.
Okay.
Like I said, I just want to understand a little bit more. I don't wanna violate any sort of your code of ethics or anything like that. Okay, that's how we're gonna do it. I appreciate it. Hang tight for 1 second.
All right.
And yeah, I bet you he'd be in these classes for 3 hours long, and the classes probably cost $30 every Monday. Trying to tell you, I've seen this before. Like, now I ain't seen this video, but I see how this play out before. It's never good. Hey, yo, where are their parents, man? Yeah, you know he live with his mom. Damn. You would rather this. You would rather your son do this right here than enlist in the army or military. Smart.
Whole bunch of rules and regulations to follow. 35. Hey, Antonio. Do me a favor and roll down your window so I can speak with you. All right. So, here's the deal. I know you have a learner's permit, okay? You don't have a driver's license. Your name is Antonio Clifford Jackson Jr., date of birth 9/27/98. You're 5.
Uh-oh, cat's out the bag. So you're not IME Bay. Your name is Buford Jackson.
That's not me.
I pulled your picture up.
That's my explanation of me.
Okay, yeah, I pulled your picture up in the car. So, here's the thing.
He has a learner's permit, no license. That's not me, because I am me, Bay. That ain't me, Bay. I am me, Bay.
When you went to the MVA to get your learner's permit, you submitted a whole bunch of rules and regulations to follow, okay? I'm just letting you know. I know that you're driving without a license, you're driving with a learner's permit. I have a couple options right now, okay? I can give you a whole bunch of tickets, give you a whole bunch of warnings, or I can make you get out of the car, find another ride and tow your car because you're driving without a license. That's where we're at right now. So, my supervisor's on the way out here right now. Like I said from the very beginning, no big deal. So, is this how we're going to play? Because I'll go back and I'll start writing the tickets right now. You can go ahead and call for a ride because I'm going to tow the car. You're driving without a driver's license. So, if you want to keep this straight up, I mean, like I said, I'm cool with towing your car. That doesn't make a difference to me. But you got that all on video. I've been nothing but nice to you. I've explained everything to you.
I told you, have that camera recording. It checks the police and have them at their best behavior. Not all the time, but more than likely.
What's it gonna be? My supervisor's on his way out here right now. You want me to go start writing the tickets?
I want you to get the supervisor.
He's on his way out here right now. All right, but I'm going to be proactive and productive and start writing those tickets for you, all right? Do me a favor.
What the paper that I gave you? Do you
That officer has it right there, I believe.
Did you read it?
Yeah, I was reading through it. Here's my supervisor rolling up right now. So it would probably be in your best interest. I know you got your video up and you want to keep that going. But you're gonna have to make a phone call. I saw, your zip code's 21216. That's not close, so you're probably gonna call somebody to give you a ride. Okay? All right. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's sad, man. Yo, listen, this dude probably like 18, 19 years old, man. He looks like he wants to cry. I'm telling you, the facial expression he's giving, like he wants to cry. Because what they sold him didn't work. It didn't work the way he thought it would work out.
Hey, can I have that paper? Oh, give it to the supervisor. To the supervisor.
Yeah, don't forget he paid money. They lied to his brother like that paperwork really meant something. Yeah, they printed that thing out of Staples, man. Up a PDF flash drive.
I was reading, it's very informative.
Okay, so what do you think happened there? He cut that damn camera off because they're gonna tow his car. And believe me, he had hella tickets. And yo, he probably had $1,000 worth of tickets. I want to speak to the supervisor, please. Last one for real. They got Dan Cali at the bottom. Yo, why do they add science to every scheme? A lot of young Pharaoh, the science of this, the science of that, the science of this. Like is science to them is like the word hypothetical to somebody who failed English their entire life. They hear the word hypothetical, now they just think they're smart. And that's how the word science is to some people. The science of everything, the science of life, the science of this, the science of that, truth science, Moorish science. Oh my God. Pseudoscience.
Earlier that day.
Back in, man. We good. I know, I'm just recording. Hey, can I get your badge number, sir? Sir, can I get your... I'll stay right here. Driver's license. Can I get your badge number, sir? No. Said 1235. Chill. For the record. All right.
It's somewhere, man. I gotta find it.
Dang, he can't find his Moorish ID, so he's calling his Grand Sheik.
Man, for your reason for stopping us, sir? No reason. No, sir, I need the reason. Shut up, hurt.
You got your insurance?
Yeah, you gotta give us a reason for stopping us. There ain't no reason for stopping us. It still got to be a reason. I'm a recorder, bro. Can I get sir, can I get your reason for stopping us?
I'm talking to the driver, not you, okay?
But I'm still recording. For the record.
I want to know the reason for stopping us.
For the record.
What's the reason?
The reason why I stopped you is because you was failing to maintain your lane.
No, that's not true.
Sir, you got your lights on, sir? Is have a crime been committed?
Yo, did he just say, do you have your lights on? Has a crime been committed? Allegedly, he pulled you over because he said you couldn't stay in the damn lane. That's a crime. That's a traffic violation. Okay? Here to go, the polite stuff. The flag. It's on the left side, not the right side.
It's the same insurance as this right here. I got a fine, but I got insurance. Everything good on this car. I live right here. I'm good. I'm at home. Yeah, you ain't gotta worry about that. I'm at home. Everyone say I'm at home. So you got your lights on? Shut up. Nah, don't worry about that, man. I'm asking him a question. This is legal. This is legal. This is legal matter. I'm talking legalese now. I'm talking jurisprudence. Sir, you got your lights on back there? Has a crime been committed?
Oh my God. Yo, y'all not embarrassed for your people? Yo, listen, you are only strong as your weakest link.
Or do you suspect this of a crime?
Oh my God. Now, you see, don't y'all appreciate me a little more now? Because he's trying to do what I do, but he's all over the goddamn place. The officer just want his license, registration, insurance, and he's asking him about his lights being on. I'm gonna do legalese. I'm gonna debate. When he asked him my license, this is the best time to see in class when they ask for your license. What you want to do is strike up a debate, and then you win the debate, and then he's gonna forget about your license and he's gonna drive off. Just give me $20 and this packet is yours.
Go ahead, step out of the vehicle. Get the driver out. Get the passenger. Step out your vehicle. All right, but listen, we're not gonna play this game, okay? Sir. Sir, what did I do? What did I do? You're being detained right now because you're on a traffic stop. I have a legal right to have you step out the vehicle. If you don't want to step out the vehicle, you'll automatically go to jail for obstruction. Obstruction? Why are you detaining me? Sir. Sir, why are you detaining me? You need to step out of the vehicle. You're about to go to jail for OGA. Okay? Sir, I'm obstruction of government operation.
This is sad, man.
I'm on more. Put your phone down. We got right.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
So that's another video where they was asked. I mean, like, you see how they play to start off? They start off the video, but they don't play the ending when they actually tow the car. So, my God, man, this is hilarious. So I'm not gonna play the other ones just yet. I got one class. I'm usually off all Fridays forever, but I got a makeup class for Wednesday. It's at 3 p.m. I'll be at the gym until about 1. I come home. So 4 o'clock. I'm gonna try to go live early to tackle a lot of these because there's a lot. So I want to tackle these, get them all out the way. It'll be forever tonight, and I ain't trying to go to bed at 3 a.m. At least not tonight. Friday, okay, no problem. But so that's the last one. Then I'm gonna go over what is a sovereign citizen once again. So yeah. So was it 8 minutes? So again, you could get some sleep. We ain't gonna keep you up too late. But tomorrow you will be up late. You be keeping y'all up late. I got a lot of videos, man. A lot of videos. So with that right there, wait, let me see the chat. 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 What the hell? He said, "Oh my God, I hate them damn leave. Yo, my God, he asked for the damn light. Is there a crime being committed? Do you suspect me commit a crime? Yes, I suspect you of whatever the charge, whatever the citation was. That's what I. Yo, he asked at the wrong time. Who is teaching you? I would love to. You know, I wonder if it's possible to reach out to his brother and just try to help them out. Like I'm not trying to make them leave the Moorish faith. I just want them to do that the right way and possibly get his money back. Oh my God. All right, so tomorrow I'm gonna go to bed so I don't fall asleep on y'all, and I can have again. I came on late today because a lot of research, man, a lot of watching stuff. Now I didn't watch these Morris videos, but the videos I did prior, I watched those, you know, and a lot of reading because I'm reading a lot of stuff. 2P said to read about Germania and this and that, Queen of England first, and I'm reading all this other stuff. So it's a lot of information I got to take in, man. It's a lot of work. Hey, so anyway, I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow, most likely early afternoon. Peace.